If you enjoy tight sequencing, tactical races, and elegant mechanisms, Carnuta invites you into the ritual. In Carnuta, druids from distant lands gather for one purpose, to brew the most powerful potion of the year. 8 secret ingredients have been chosen. The competition is fierce, and one perfectly timed rune flip could decide everything. Designed by Gary Kim, Johan Go, and Hope S. Huang, and beautifully illustrated by Davide Toserio, Carnuta is a fast, tactical card game for 2 to 4 players. Each turn, you take 2 actions. Gather rare ingredients, channel sun and moon runes, flip them to align your magic, sequence your cards with precision. The ritual enters its final phase the moment a druid completes their 11th ingredient. Will your potion be ready in time? Carnuta plays in about 25 minutes. Elegant, tense, and deeply satisfying. Carnuta. Ready your sickles and let the ceremony begin. Hello, and welcome to episode 92 of the Board Game Geek podcast, where we geek out about board games, the mechanisms behind them, and the people who create them. I'm your host, Amanda Panda, and today, for this episode, I have Banzainator.
Hey, Panda. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Now, you might have noticed that she was on episode 63 with Candace on an episode talking about all their fresh plays in the extended version. I'm glad that she's back on to talk about a kind of important topic, actually 2 of them. The first thing we're going to talk about is what we do when we're culling games, how we sell them, and then we're going to talk about 5 games that will never leave our collection. But before we do that, why don't you introduce yourself, Banzainator?
Thank you. So I'm Banzainator, aka Bonz, and I am a family-friendly board game and video game streamer. I also create content for companies who are marketing or fundraising for their games on crowdfunding, such as Kickstarter and GameFound. And I'll make short-form content showcasing their games, and I'll also do live stream playthroughs of their games. So just getting the word out there and just showing people what the game is about. I don't do reviews, but that's totally okay. I am okay just showing what the game is about and how to play.
And you're one of the most successful Twitch board gamer that I've seen. You and Paula probably one of the 2 most successful in the U.S., at least in English-speaking board game. Thank you. But also, if you didn't know, Bonds has a YouTube channel, and she does really awesome short-form video on YouTube and Instagram that I really enjoyed. She really does a good job of showing off the games. So if you're a publisher or you're publishing your own games, please hit up Bonds if you want some good video work done about your games.
Well, thank you. I will say, too, I just started last week. I'm doing a new series, I'm bringing it back. It's called Back in the Box, and I tell people how to put board games back in the box because surprisingly, that's like a huge problem that a lot of us have, especially with games with a lot of pieces, and there's no insert or there's no guide, or there is an insert and you still can't fit everything in. So I go through step by step and how to put stuff away. And so that's my new series. If you have a suggestion, leave it in the YouTube comments. And if I have the game, I'll do it. If I don't have the game, I'll try and get it.
Yes, that's awesome. It's very important too, because a lot of times it's like, oh, you can't fit everything into the box, and the lid is slightly askew, and it's really annoying.
Yes.
Now, I have to say one more thing that I want to promote of Banzainator's. It's her merch. Now, Bonds has really, really fun board game merch. If you ever want a good shirt or sweatshirt or even sweatpants, Bonds has some. And then I think you have new mugs as well with the cute butterfly logos.
Yep, I do. And I also got some water bottles. So if you're going to a convention, my logo's already on the bottle, but then you can slap other stickers from other content creators or board game publishers, and there's a whole ton of space. So you can have like a content creation water bottle.
Now you need to have multiple water bottles, right? You need one for just the content creators you love, and then one for the publishers. Oh, that'd be a fun thing, right? To have like multiple water bottles with different ones. Yeah, I'll have links to Banzainator's Twitch and YouTube merch, all that in the description of this podcast. So go check that out. Also, the link to episode 63 as well, if you want to hear Bonds and Candace talk about some of the games they played recently during that podcast. I listened to it and I have to say there's a lot of fun games in that one. But in this podcast, the main topic we were talking about is how we sell our games or get rid of the games after we cull them. Now, I am only a baby in my culling journey. I have just very slowly started culling and started selling games. I need to get rid of a lot of these games, but it's still that hoarding or collector mentality where I don't want to get rid of it just in case someone wants to play it, because I'm usually the one that teaches other people. But Bonds, you have been culling a lot, right? You've been really keeping your board game collection to a more manageable size.
Yeah, I don't know how many games I have. I'm too afraid to count, but it's several hundred at least.
Mm-hmm.
And my problem is space. That's the main reason why I'm culling. I try to only cull games that I've played before. I hate culling games I've never played before. I haven't played every single game I own. So that's my main problem is I don't want to cull games I've never played. I want to give them a chance. They look really cool. I just don't have enough time, or I don't have enough time to learn them. And it'd be nice if someone would teach me, but then like I have to figure out a time for people to teach me. And then that's like more time away, and it's easier to just play other games we know. And it can be really like chain effect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's right now I cull games every single year at Dice Tower West.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I don't want to buy another table to sell this year because it takes half a day away and I want to play more games this year. So I would like it if I could just go there to the market, shop around. I know you sold games there as well last year, and you have to stay there the whole time and it's hours. So I want to go there, shop around, buy some games if I find a good deal, and then be able to leave and go play a board game.
Yeah. I was very lucky. I had a friend who had a table, had some space, and allowed some of his friends to also put games onto that table. I don't think the games I brought were for that specific gamer group, I think, because I didn't really sell much. But also, I have to say the flea market at Dice Tower West is for people that really like a good deal. So you can't sell your games at a higher cost unless they're really out of print and in demand. But that's one of the hard things for me is how do you price board games that you're going to sell, no matter how you sell them, because depending on where you sell them, they're going to be either people really want cheap games, or they don't care and they'll buy it because they can't get it. So it just really depends on the game. I think that's one of the hardest part for me was first the pricing of the games, right? And then next where to sell it. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I like to organize my list of games on Google Sheets,
Mm-hmm.
and then I number the list, and then I put the title of the game and if it's a special edition. If it's out of print or hard to get in the US, I'll highlight it like an off yellow so that people can easily see it and know that it might be priced higher because it's highlighted. Then I'll put a BGG link, and sometimes I'll even put like a link on eBay or something if it's really hard to buy, and I'll prove like, hey, this is impossible to get. Look at my price. So that's how I organize everything. And I alphabetize it by game title. And if it's a Kickstarter game, I'll put the Kickstarter link as well. So they can see, okay, you want to see what's in the box? This is the Kickstarter link. First of all, I provide a good Google Sheet with all the information for reference, no matter where I'm selling. And then I update that list as I sell games. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the pricing. I will always go to the BGG market and I'll also Google it. So the first thing I'll do is BGG market. You type in the title of the game in the search bar. And then once you get to the game page, you scroll down and it'll say for sale, or this game is for sale. What's it going for? And you're looking for your country. So like sometimes the game will only sell in Europe, and so it'll be in euros. Sometimes it's in Australia. Sometimes it's in Canada. So you want to look at the US price if you're in the US selling it. And then you're going to go by that dollar sign. And sometimes it's not being sold in the US. So how do you go off of it? That's when Google helps as well. What is I think it's like Gamers Guild AZ or something. What are they selling it for? What is it being sold for on eBay? And I'll look at all the prices that's been sold and then I'll lower it by $5 or more from the lowest price that I can find of what it's sold for. And usually you can do that pretty quickly on the BGG page. But if not, then you have those backups with like, what is Google selling it for? What is, if it's listed on Amazon, it better be a real copy, not a ripoff. And you can't price stuff off of like Temu, like rip off games off of Temu. Don't price them off of that. So real games that actually sold $5 minimum less. And then that you have the lowest price on the internet right now. I list everything $5 less than any price online. And then I advertise to people that this is the lowest price you can find anywhere. So I don't always go off of eBay prices because sometimes people like the prices are all over the place. And sometimes shipping is really expensive on eBay too. So I don't always trust eBay prices, but I will bounce off of it sometimes.
Okay, that's good to know. Great tips right there. I believe that like the easiest thing if you want to sell your games is to sell it at your local convention. Your local con sometimes will have in-person flea markets that you can sell at, and you can join a BGG list to go ahead and pre-sell some of those games. Like there's virtual flea markets as well that then you would just go to your local con and get the money for it and give them their games, but you're pre-selling them, right? Which is probably the easiest thing to do. And then there's the actual flea markets where you have to stay there the whole time. But there's also math trades, which is very intimidating. I've never done one. So that's quite intimidating for me. Have you done one?
I've never done a math trade and I've never sold at a local con like Strategicon. I've also tried selling my board games on BGG and it didn't really work for me. So yeah, I've only sold at Dice Tower West, and then there was a local group and they'll sell board games at breweries and they'll come together and it'll bring business to the breweries. They'll have food trucks and then you pay a little money to bring your own table and have your own space. Those actually didn't work out either. I think we ended up just buying each other's board games and no one actually got rid of stuff. And then we just bought beer, bought food, and played games. And I was like, this is really fun. But I brought like 6 boxes of games and I sold one. I sold one game. And I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I will just come for the beer and food next time. I don't need to bring all my games to sell. So yeah, I've never done anything like that, like the math trade. But isn't math trade, you're just trading games? You're not actually trading, like you're not selling them?
Yeah, you're just trading games and the value is whatever you put onto it, but you have to deal with like all your BGG lists to make sure that your wish list and your current sell list is up to date. So I don't know, it's a bit intimidating for me. But I did do one of those brewery selling as well. And yeah, you are very right. We are just exchanging games. I maybe sold 3, and I had a few games that are in shrink for a good price, but no one bought them because they already had them. But yeah. It's very hard. So those are like in-person things, and you could go to your local game stores. A lot of them will buy used games to sell them, but you won't get a good price for them. And most of the time, you'll just get store credit. Which is kind of not helpful when you're trying to decrease the amount of physical games in your house. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like, are you trying to make money or are you just trying to make space? I always try to make money if I'm selling something. I will rarely sell something for a few dollars. I used to do yard sales all the time. That's when you're selling stuff for like cents and a few dollars. And if you're not willing to sell it at a yard sale, then like you have to sacrifice your space because your games won't sell as quickly. So like my games don't have a dedicated storage right now. They're just sitting, taking up space. But at the same time, I'm willing to sacrifice my space because I would rather get a better price for it and get more money.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. I mean, some people, they're like, we're moving, we have to get rid of it right now. Then, you're going to lower it so that you can get rid of it quicker, and it makes sense.
Now, there is a lot of virtual, like internet ways to sell games. We've talked about the BGG market, eBay, Facebook, and those you have to deal with shipping. And that's one of the hard things for me was the shipping. But you do shipping a lot. How do you do it well? Do you have any tips?
So, I have a website, which I'll talk about, but equipment that I think is really good. I recently got a LaserJet small printer that only prints 4x6 labels, shipping labels. It has improved my life tenfold. I think everyone should get one. I think I paid, I put it on my throne list actually. So someone gifted it to me. I think it was on sale for $70, and it's pink and it's super small and it's super cute. I put stickers on it, and it has a USB plug, but it also has Bluetooth for your phone, but I do everything on my computer. So I have a USB, I plug it in. You buy the 4x6 labels that are already sticky, so you don't have to tape them on the box, and it prints stuff within seconds. And then I always use pirate ship. So unless I'm going through another website that has their own shipping thing. So pirate ship, 4x6 labels on Amazon. It's like less than $100. It's pink. You can get black or white or whatever. But I mean, hey, get a pink one and slap some stickers on it. So that has like really helped me when it comes to shipping. I used to mail my own merch and store my own merch in my own home. And I would have to print each 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut it in half, sleeve it, get sleeves from UPS, or tape it, use all the tape, and it would just take forever. And I should have gotten the other one a long time ago. There is this online website that I use, and it has its own shipping and everything. It's where you can sell clothes or items, and they've been trying to increase it by selling more board games, and it's called Whatnot. I learned about it from my friend Not Yet Played, and I sold board games on it the other week, and I ended up making, I think I made $250.
Wow.
And I was able to sell a lot of board games. It's very interesting. It's vertical live streaming. You can do it off of your cell phone, and it's bidding, but it's not really bidding, but it is bidding. So when you sign up, you have to put in your credit card and shipping information. And then when you bid, you're locked in. If you win that bid, it charges your credit card. So only bid if you know you want it for sure. And the auction goes for like 15 seconds per board game, but you can increase it. You can make it 30 seconds. You can make it a minute. I think I do 30 seconds. You can even do like 5-second bids or 5-second auctions. That's too quick for board games, I think. But people do it for like clothes or other things. I put 30-second auction. I would talk about each board game in front of my cell phone, and then people would bid, and I set the starting price. That is the difference between like some other websites. So if I want to sell Barrage for, I think I was selling it for like $100 with the folded space insert, all the expansions, the deluxe components, all the rule books, whatever, everything in pristine condition, selling for $100. When you bid, your starting bid is $100. I will be getting that money. You can't bid $1. Then if someone outbids you, it'll have a yellow slider, and you can slide it, and it'll be like, okay, bid 105 or bid 110. And then whenever someone bids, it adds more time to it, but it starts off at 30 seconds. And so that's what I like about it, because you set the starting price. You can list all the pictures there with the name and a description if you'd like. And then you can also talk about when you're live streaming, you can show them what the box looks like. And then the last thing is, I like how it shows you how much shipping you'll be charged right away before you bid. It'll be like plus $7.99 shipping. So you know how much it's going to cost you. And I really like that. And it worked out when I did it. I want to do it again, but I have a lot to update. I have a lot to post.
And I can post a link to your, like, it's a affiliate or a referral link for Whatnot, correct?
I applied to be a affiliate for Whatnot, and I got approved. So I have an affiliate link for that. And I also have a referral, which I would suggest. I think the referral link is more fun because when you sign up for Whatnot using my referral link, you get credit. You get a certain amount of credit, actual dollar credit that you can use on the app. And that's how I was able to get a huge discount on Scara Bray, because I got Scara Bray from my other friend on Whatnot. And I used the referral credit that I got when I signed up, and that basically paid for my shipping. So yeah, I think that other referral link is better because you get money when you sign up.
Nice. Now, how much does Whatnot take from each of the cells?
I don't remember. It's not like a lot. It's really not a lot because I took home. So if we're getting into nitty gritty, when you sign up to become a seller, you have 7 days from when you sign up to do your first auction. And within that 7 days, if you make $150, they will match $150. Well, I think I made over $150. I think I made almost 200. I don't remember. And then they matched up to 150, and I ended up taking home around $360. Even though I didn't sell that much in board games, it was the starting incentive. If I were to do another, they call it a stream or show. If I were to do another show, they wouldn't match up to 150 again. That was just the incentive to start selling.
Okay,
And
good to know.
Yeah, so yeah, regarding your percentage question, I'm not sure, but I can tell you how much I took home. It was around $360 with the beginning incentive. So maybe they took home like 8% of my sales. But I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you can probably go on to the website and check for yourself. It's probably on there. So in summary, there's multiple ways that you can sell your games. I would start local, start with friends and with your local game stores and your local conventions, and then see if you really want to go into the math trades and the BGG market and eBay and stuff like that, or Whatnot. Do you have any final tips for people that want to cull and sell their games, Bonds?
I mean, I say just do it the easiest way possible.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you. I think that putting everything on a Google Sheet and making that Google Sheet shareable and public and just sending that Google Sheet around to everyone you know, that's going to really just make things easier. Use Pirate Ship for shipping. Then no one is taking any percentage of your sales. You're doing it all yourself. That is going to be the best way for you to make money and sell your games. The app that I use for the shows, it just makes things a little bit easier and it's more streamlined, but then you don't get 100% of your profit.
So for this episode's top 5 game list, these are going to be games that will never, ever, ever get culled or leave our collection. So I will start with the most obvious one for me. It is Takenoko and all the different versions I have. I have the Bombex one, Matago, and I also have the giant one. I have the Chibli expansion. I have the giant Chibli expansion. I do want to try to get the Asmodee second edition because they changed a bunch of stuff to make it more colorblind friendly. But basically, yeah, Takenoko, which is for 2 to 4 players. It is by Antoine Balza, and it's published by Matago, Bombex, and now Asmodee. And basically, any of my Panda games in my collection probably will never leave, but definitely not Takenoko. And if you've never played Takenoko before, it's a really cute game. You do have shared worker pieces like the gardener and the panda. You have a weather die that just gives you extra actions or changes your actions a little bit. You have 2 actions. You can either move the panda to eat the bamboo. You can move the gardener to grow the bamboo. You can get more objective cards that you are trying to fulfill to get points and so forth. Light game that basically anyone can get into. I enjoy it a lot. And you are going to get into each other's ways. And it's fun when you do.
And it's cute.
Yes, it's very cute because you literally in the base game have a panda standee and a little gardener standee. And the rule book is made in a comic book style so that it looks like a common Vic, but you're actually learning the rules. And it's fun. I really enjoy it. The Chibli expansion introduces the baby pandas, which gives you a little bit more stuff. And you are trying to build out collectively a bamboo garden by getting bamboo tiles and watering them so that they'll grow. And it's semi-cooperative because you are definitely competing with each other for different objectives and you're going to mess each other up. But I really enjoy it and I will always play it if anyone wants to ask to play it. But I think the giant version really is a showstopper. Even the retail version has 3D bamboo pieces that are going to be growing on your table. But the giant version, if you see it at conventions, is probably the easiest way for you to see it. But it is gorgeous on the table and really, really fun.
Yeah, I was able to try out the giant version at a Dice Tower West years ago. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Like, I want this in my living room.
It takes up so much space. Like, it's literally a crate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so pretty. But yeah, so that's my game, Takenoko from Antoine Baza. I think you can get it now from Asmodee. So Banz, what's your first game that you will never leave your collection?
My first game that will never leave my collection is the Castles of Burgundy Special Edition. I love this game. It came out in 2023 from Alea and Awakened Realms. This game is beautiful. I have the upgraded components. I have the tiles. I have the minis. I can play this game with anyone. I can teach it to them. I don't necessarily play the Vineyard expansion all the time. I feel like you don't need to, but it's also a great expansion for it. It's not a bad expansion. I also got the neoprene playmat. I was able to fit everything in the box, and I made a YouTube video on how to do that. So I don't need to I could just put it in my game bag and go. And it is a fairly big box, but that's okay because it's the love of the game. If I was stuck on an island, I would definitely bring this one with me. And it's by Stefan Feld. I love the original Stefan Feld, Castles of Burgundy. I don't like the anniversary one that much, but that's the one you compete in for WSBG or World Series of Wargaming. So I'll play any edition, but special edition is my favorite.
Did you compete in that one at World Series of Board Game?
I did. And I was out first round. It was terrible. And then I bought in for a second, outer ring, and I lost first round again. And I realized I'm really good at the game 2-player. I am not good at it 4-player. I will probably always lose that 4-player, but when you're competing, it's going to be that or 3-player. So I've been practicing on Board Game Arena at 4-player count, and I still can't win.
One day, Vons, you'll get it.
Yeah, but I know my friend Jackie's also doing. Your friend Jackie's also competing.
Yeah, she's also practicing on Board Game Arena at 4 players.
Oh, okay. Well, we should practice together. But even if I don't win this game, it's okay because I love it so much that sometimes when I'm playing, I'll just do different challenges, like self challenges. Like I'm only going to go for animals this round, or I'm only going to go for yellow. And then I'll see what other people are doing and I'll work around them instead of working against them just to see how I can play the game differently because I love it so much.
From Wolf Designa, the team behind Guards of Atlantis 2, comes a fresh new design. Gods and Mortals blends area control with stock trading, putting you in the role of a god manipulating mortal factions for power. Shift your favor, unleash asymmetric abilities, and cash in at just the right moment to claim the throne of Olympus. Launching March 31st on GameFound. Yes, it's a good game. It's a really good game. I enjoy it. I feel like the BGA, if you want to learn it, BGA is a little bit easier because you can see what all the tile does by just hovering over it rather than looking at the sheet. But they do a great job, and the special edition, I agree, looks really pretty. Do you have the animals that you replace as well?
I do. I have all the minis, and I love them. They're so cute. Yes. And also, the yellow tiles for a special edition, are inconvenient. I don't like them. I think that I would like a enlarged picture of each building on the back. Maybe I can print off of Etsy or something. I don't need the description. I already know what every building does. My word for you is get good. If you don't know what those buildings do, get good. Like you don't need to write it down. Like you just play enough, play more, and you won't need to. You'll automatically see that and be like, "That's grab a building or grab a ship tile," or get two silverlings or place a tile for free. Like you'll know. But yeah, the yellow tiles on the special edition are just so tiny that I can't really see them.
Yeah. So that is the Castles of Burgundy Special Edition. Love it. For my next one, it is one of the first games that I bought when I got into the hobby. The first game that ever blinged out by replacing the cubes with meeples. It's Lords of Waterdeep for 2 to 5 players. The designer is Peter Lee and Rodney Thompson. Publisher is Wizard of the Coast. I really, really enjoy this game. This was my introduction into worker placement and set collection and getting goals, done. You have hidden roles and it is so good. I always will play it. Me and my friends know it so well. We just always can bust out a quick game of it. Really nice when you have the upgraded meeples. And I don't know, I never really got into it because of the theme, but I really love how all the mechanisms work. And it's definitely one that's going to stay in my collection. I have the expansions to it and still love playing it. I still really love playing it no matter. It came out, y'all, in 2012. So it's been out there for a while in terms of board game years, right? But yeah, this is definitely a classic for me and I will never get rid of it. I will always be willing to teach it. And I think it's easy to get new players into and quite fun and really reminds me how much I do love worker placement games.
Yes. I love a game that has a lot of mechanics and you love every single mechanic in it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It doesn't matter the theme, really. It's like, I'll just play it because I love the way it plays.
Yes, absolutely. And it's smooth. It's really smooth to do. So, but that's Lords of Waterdeep from Wizard of the Coast. So what's your next one, Banz?
My next game that I will never cull or get rid of is the Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This one, so there's also a deluxe edition of this one. I have the deluxe edition, but I end up playing the original game from 2014 more just because it's really quick to set up. And I actually play this game solo a lot. This game reminds me of The Sims video game. I grew up playing The Sims. I love house building. I love decorating. I love making rooms. And this game is one of the first board games that I played. And it reminded me of The Sims. And when I was first getting in the hobby, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there were board games like this. This is so cool. I feel like I'm just building my house and it's a castle and I can tell a story with it. And there's a fungus room in the basement and there's a nap room. Who has a nap room? I want a nap room and I'll put it right next to the kitchen, but I can't put it next to the auditorium. And so I like building my own castle. And when I went to Germany, I got to see the Neuschwanstein Castle and get a tour. And it really made me love the game even more. So I love playing this solo. I will play multiplayer as well, but I just love the game. I just love The Sims. I love the game.
That's awesome.
And I forgot to say, this game is designed by Ted Alspach and it's by Bezier Games. And Ted Alspach owns Bezier Games. And then it came out in 2014.
Yes. Now, do you play the Between Two Cities of Mad King Ludwig?
I have before. I don't like that game.
You just like building your own little mad castle, right?
I think Between Two Cities has a really kind of unforgiving scoring. And I think it's a little bit too complicated for what the game actually is. And I'd rather do something else. And it's just too much interaction with other people. I don't like people. I don't want to play a game with you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only saying this, people who are listening, I'm only saying this because Panda and I fight so much in board games when we play together. And then Panda still wins. Panda still wins.
Well, I mean, I want to play a cooperative game with you, but you don't like cooperative games.
Panda, can you imagine us cooperating?
We would rule the world. What are you talking about?
It would go outside of the board game.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I think it is very fun. Just like crazy rooms next to each other, but there's easy scoring to understand. And it's a fun kind of drafting, right? Tableau builder.
Yes.
But yeah, great pick. The Castles of Mad King Ludwig. So for me, I was really kind of torn on whether this one or a different one, but I chose this one because I know I have other ways of playing the other one. But the one I chose is Clank in Space, specifically the in space one, because that was the first one that I really enjoyed. So it's Clank in Space, a deck building adventure for 2 to 4 players, designed by Paul Denon. Publisher is Dire Wolf. And even though there's a digital version, I really like the physical version. I do enjoy regular Clank, and I do enjoy Catacombs. The issue with Catacombs is that it can get a little bit weird with the rotating of the tiles, and you can kind of get really stuck depending on what comes out. But man, I was playing Catacombs with everybody. Like if I brought them over to Geeky Teas, I'm like, let's play Catacombs because I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, Clank base game also has really good maps. So I like the base game for the maps, but Clank in Space, I like the gameplay. And basically it is a deck building game with a modular boards, and you're going to go through and try to go in, grab loot and treasure, and then get out before everybody else gets stuck down there and die. Basically, it is kind of like a treasure hunt, a little bit of a race, and you can lose. You can not get out before everybody else gets out and or get killed by the dragon. There is a little bit of player elimination, but man, I really enjoy the deck building aspect of this game and just going in to get all these loot and treasures and dodge the dragon and figure out how to heal yourself before the dragon comes and gets you. It's a really fun time, and I really enjoy it.
That sounds so fun. I have not tried Clank in Space yet.
Have you played Clank Catacombs?
I don't remember. I played one Clank type of game. I don't think it was in space though. It might have been Catacombs. I don't remember. And it was during my friend was competing in one of the finals at WSBG, and I was watching on my cell phone outside of the competition room. And so everyone was playing Clank and I was playing with them, but I was so stressed out watching my friend that I don't remember the game.
Oh no. Yeah. I think it's regular Clank then, probably not Catacombs, but we'll definitely have to play that one. That one's fun. Yeah, the Dire Wolf app also is very good, but I do love the physical game of that. So that's Clank in Space from Dire Wolf for me.
Okay. Mine is Grand Austria Hotel. So my first one was Castles of Burgundy. My second one was the Castle of Mad King Ludwig. And my third one is the Grand Austria Hotel. So remember, Castle of Mad King Ludwig kind of remind me of The Sims. Well, Grand Austria Hotel reminds me of the movie Grand Budapest Hotel from Wes Anderson. I love that movie. I also love this game. I imagine, so whenever we play Grand Austria Hotel, we'll actually play the soundtrack to the Grand Budapest Hotel in the background as we play this one. This one is so much fun. It's a higher complexity, of course, and then Castle Mad King Ludwig. It's a 3.20, and I think Castle Mad King Ludwig was like in the lower 2s. So this one plays 2 to 4 players. Came out in 2015, and it's a Luciani game. And then I don't want to mispronounce this, but their name is Virginio Gigli. Am I saying that correctly?
I have no clue.
So those are the 2 designers, and the artist is Clemens Franz, and this is by Lookout Games, but it was also published by some other people as well. So in this game, it's like one of those Euro strategic board games. It does have dice. I apparently love dice. I love managing my resources. I love upgrades. I love having a point track where I have to do something within a certain amount of time. Otherwise, it's bad. I love having customer fulfillment. I love all those things. And this game has it all. And I love the theme as well. So, Grand Austria Hotel. And it's rated really highly on BGG. And I didn't realize that. It's an 8 out of 10.
I really enjoyed this one too. I just recently got a copy from a friend who was selling his off. But man, this is really good game. I first learned it and played it on Yukata, which I don't think a lot of people know that they can play board games on this website. But it's like older, and most people play 18xx games on here. But Grand Austria Hotel is now on BGA, and I love playing this game. You're right, it is so fun. There is dice, and just the randomness of the dice is very interesting. And have you played the expansion yet?
Yeah, the Let's Waltz expansion I have. I don't like the dance floor, but I like the special characters that come into your hotel, like Albert Einstein. I think that's really cool. And they provide different things. So I don't own the Let's Waltz expansion, but when I do play it with it, we just have the special characters and we take away the dance floor. I think the dance floor kind of takes away the purpose of having the hotel. And I don't think it's necessary, honestly.
Okay, good to know. Have you played the dice? I've played probably once with the expansion, so but I don't really remember it that much. But I know the base game is so thematic anyways, where you're trying to make up the rooms and get people to stay in your hotel. And then you have a cafe and you have to, make sure that you get to fulfill what they want. Yeah, it's really nice. So I don't remember the expansion, but I know my friend got the expansion. And so he really likes it. But have you played the roll and write version?
I have not.
I was watching some friends play it, and it seemed very similar to the board game, but in a roll and write form. But yeah, I really want to try the roll and write version too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about the roll and write. I also haven't tried like Castle Burgundy card game or like you know how there's other versions with Castle Burgundy. Or the dice game. I've never tried that. So I don't tend to branch off too much because usually with these like base games, they're so strong in their own that I'll implement some expansions for it, but I don't think it needs like a version and a theme for every single type of game now that it sold well. So sometimes a game is just good being good, and that's it. Like I mean, I guess you could collect everything if you really want to, but it's not super necessary.
Right. So that's Grand Austria Hotel. What a great pick. So my next one, man, it's probably one of my favorite roll and writes. It is Three Sisters for 1 to 4 players. The designer is Ben Pitchback and Matt Riddle. The publisher is Motor City Gameworks. When it first came out, I fell in love immediately. It has so many combos, like combo wombo up the wazoo. And it's so many combos that my friend Duchess1105 made tokens so that you can keep track of what you get, and so that you don't lose things, because you will get things from this side that then you can do for this, and then that will add to that, and oh my gosh, and your turns can get pretty long. This is definitely a little bit heavier roll and write, and the sheets are a little bit small because it has a lot to look at, but it's about, growing the bean stalks so that it supports you grow the corn to support the beans, and you grow the pumpkins so that it has a ground cover to basically decrease the weeds, and it's an actual farming technique to grow these three things together. And I don't know, I really love this game. It's very fun, very interesting. Was it action selection, because you have a little farmer that goes around, and then you roll dice, and then based on the dice and where the farmer's at, you get certain actions that you can do, but you can do always a lot each turn, and it's so combolicious. I really, really enjoy this game.
Yay. I played
Yeah.
that one at Dice Star West, actually. I really enjoyed it.
I'm so glad. If you like roll and writes and you've played a few of them, definitely give this one a try. That's Three Sisters from Motor City Gameworks. And what is your penultimate one, Bonds?
My next one. So I was thinking with these games, I should have some card games in here. I should kind of round it out. That's why I have a lighter game, a heavier game. So my next one is actually a card game. Skull King will never leave my collection. I know a lot of people might not like this one as much. I love this game. I won a trophy. I won a competition. I got first place. I will never forget it. I won in 2013 or something, a long time ago. Yeah, so I really like Skull King by Grandpa Beck's Games. And this does play 2 to 8 players. There's a ton of expansions now. I actually play base game only old OG rules because the rules have actually changed a couple times. We found out when I got into a fight with who did I get in a fight with? Was it you? It's probably you. I don't know. I got into a fight with someone.
It was not me. It was someone in your chat.
No, I played this game IRL.
It was not me. I don't think so.
Okay.
I remember talking about the rules change on your stream when you played it, but yeah.
Yeah, so they changed the rules for some things. And so me and this other person who was playing were arguing, and we ended up both being right, except we didn't know that the rules had changed. And they were using the newer rules because they had just learned the game, and I was using the older rules, and I was like, back in my day, you can't tell me what to do. I've been playing this game since you were born. And, in reality, they just got the game. They're like, we just played this game and learned it. And this is how it is. It's in the rule book. And I was like, try me. I have a trophy. Anyway, we were both right and both wrong at the same time. So you just have to figure out which version you're playing. I love the base game. I don't even play with all the extra cards sometimes because you don't need to. I love trick-taking games. It's a good, solid trick-taking game.
Yeah. And I remember talking about how there's Skull King, the dice game, which is in North America under Minotaur Dice. And I know that you don't really like that one as much, right?
No, I do like that one.
Oh, you do like that one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. That one's fun.
Yeah, that one is very similar to Skull King, but you will have to roll the dice. So you won't necessarily know what number you're going to go out. So it's more push your luck. But I really do enjoy Skull King, especially when you are betting 0 and you're trying to duck every trick.
Yes.
But it's hard because you can't really almost push someone to win or lose. It's really the luck of the cards. And I don't know. Do you read people?
It's some luck, but there's a lot of strategy to it.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. What's your biggest tip?
My biggest tip is read the room. If you know someone loves betting zeros, then make them get a hand. You know what their bets are before you start playing, but they're probably always going to bet 0. If someone bets 0, they're probably always going to bet 0. If they put out their bet and they put out 1 or 2, they probably have a pirate. They probably have a Skull King. If they always say 0, but then they stick out their finger and bet 1, they have something good. And if someone likes sniping stuff, then hey, maybe save your pirate till you play after them, because if you put out your pirate before them, they're probably going to snipe it with a Skull King. So it really just depends on your table, and reading the players and figuring out how they play is the best way to manage your own hand. And I love that.
Yeah. I do love how the character powers really change up the game because it's a must follow trick taker, but you can always play a pirate or a character, right?
Yeah, I never play with the pirate special characters. I just play the pirates as they take a trick in their special card, but I don't do the individual pirate powers.
Okay.
I also don't play with the white whale. I also don't play with the mermaid. I play pretty basic Skull King.
Oh, gee.
Like I said earlier, I don't need to branch off too much. If a game is good, it doesn't really need to. I mean, it's a way to make money. So, like, if a game is doing really well, why not keep on pushing more and more and more and piling more and more into the game? Sometimes it's just a money thing and like trying to prolong the hype about a game. And honestly, you don't need all of it to have a good game. Sometimes it's just good the way it is. Sometimes it really needs extra stuff and it needs help and it needs modifications. And that's when I'm like, yes, we definitely, for example, Flip Tunes, you need that micro expansion with the axolotl and the button. Like, I think that is necessary for the game. But then there's other
Okay.
games like Castles of Burgundy. You don't need all those expansions for it. You can, but you don't need them.
Very interesting. Okay. But yeah, if you like trick takers, please give Skull King a try from Grandpa Beck's games. For my last game, this was kind of a grail game for me. I did get it. It's Yggdrasil for 1 to 6 players. Now, I am going to butcher the designer's name, and I apologize. Cedric Lefebvre and Fabrice Rebellino. I know that's wrong, but I apologize.
That was a good try.
I'm trying. The publisher is Ludonate. This is out of print. It's a hard game to find. It's weighted not that heavy, but I feel like it's a little bit complex. It's a cooperative game, so Banz will never ever want to play it. But you have asymmetrical powers. You're both trying to keep the bad guys out of multiple different tracks. So you're trying to push them back by hitting them. A little bit of a bag builder because you're trying to keep things balanced and you're playing out cards. It's a really fun game. All about the Norse mythology with Odin and Thor and the tree of life. And I don't know. When I first played it, I really enjoyed it. My friend had it and I was like, do I really want to buy it? And then it came up where I could get a copy from the Dice Tower West flea market. And I'm like, if I can negotiate a little bit, I got a copy. So this is one of those that I'm putting it in a safe space. I will play it, but it's definitely a fun one that I was happy to get. I know a lot of people's Grail games is a different game, but I think that one you can self-print. So yeah, this was definitely one that I really wanted to get.
Good find then.
I was very happy to find it. And it was in very good condition too. So
wow. I
yeah.
love finding games like that where like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I found this. I have to get it.
Yeah. Okay. So which one was that for you? Did you have one of those?
Yes, mine was Strasbourg, a Stefan Feld game. It's also very hard to find. And I found it on Facebook Marketplace in a different part of the US and I paid for it and I got it to my house and I was so happy.
Nice.
So yeah, I have some games that are very much out of print and worth a lot of money, but honestly, I've listed them for sale and no one's buying them. So even though they're hard to get, maybe I just got to wait it out. I'm not dropping my price though.
But yeah, so that was my kind of Grail game and one that I'm very happy to have in my collection. That's Yggdrasil. Banz, your very last game?
Well, mine isn't as cool as that. That game sounds really cool. Mine is actually Scouts, so another card game to round out things that I would always keep in my collection. Scout is a game that I can also teach anyone. Everyone I teach it to ends up loving it or at least willing to play it over and over again. And I could teach it to family. I could teach it to friends who are not in the hobby board gaming space. And it's just really fun. And it plays 2 to 5 players. I don't recommend it at 2-player though. I don't think it's a good 2-player game. So minimum 3. And then it's by Oink Games. I like the small rectangle orange box. I don't really like flat card boxes with the hang tag that you can see at like Walmart, Target. I don't really like those shape of boxes. I think they're very annoying and they tear and it's hard to put your cards in and sometimes they'll bend and they won't stack correctly. But this rectangle Oink Scout box is really nice. It's a good case and I like traveling with it. I take it with me wherever I go. And yeah, if you can get it, get the rectangle one, not the hang tag one, because they sell both in the US. I also have the version from Japan. That one is a flat rectangle box, kind of like a silver and gold size box. That one's also really fun, but the theme is different. I like the purple and orange look to the US theme.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, Oink does some good games, and Scout's a really fun card game. I think it was the first game where you couldn't really change the order of the cards that I played anyways. Yeah. So it's a really nice twist to shedding game. I really enjoy it, and I'll play it at any point, at any time. And a lot of friends like it for like in between big games if we want to just bust out Scout. So that's a great pick. So that's Scout. Now for our moment of positivity. Do you want to go first, Banz?
Yes. Yes, I'll go first. I was like, what am I going to say? So my moment of positivity is in July and August of 2025. Me and my community on Twitch raised money for the Starlight Children's Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization bringing gaming stations and fun hospital gowns and really like redone waiting rooms in hospitals across the United States. So we raised over $2,000 in 2025. And part of the incentive for me to raise the money, which we only had to raise $800, not over $2,000. So the community is just very giving and very kind. So the incentive for me was I get to now run a 10K through California Adventures and Disneyland in January of 2026. So at the time of this recording, it is before the 10K. I am running it this Saturday. I'm very excited. I've been waiting months for this. And it's also a really fun way to have an incentive to raise money for the kids. And Starlight Children's Foundation will actually be there. They're taking us out to brunch after the 10K in downtown Disney. And we get like unlimited food and mimosas. And then I got a ticket to Disneyland to go afterwards and hang out with friends and family. And I'm just so excited because I'm going to start out my day by running because of this fundraiser and then end it by hanging out with friends and going to Disneyland. So I'm very excited about Saturday.
That's lovely. That's going to be such a fun day, but such a long day for you. And just so you know, eventually Banz will get pied in the face. I will get pied in the face because of this fundraiser.
I thought Liesel's getting pied in the face.
I thought you're pieing both of us, me and Liesel, and no one's pieing you in the face?
I need to look at the incentives again, but I'm pretty sure Liesel's getting pied in the face. Okay. And you. I don't think I am. I think I pie both of you in the face.
I'm usually you're the one getting pied in the face, so I'm shocked. Okay, that's fine. And if you do want to watch that, please follow Banz on her Twitch and Twitch channel so that you'll be notified when that happens later on this year. So that's going to be fun, though. It's going to be messy, but fun. Yep. Hopefully, we're going to eat some good pie afterwards, maybe.
Not from the face.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Don't eat the pie. That was on my face. Oh my goodness. For my moment of positivity, I was looking through my pictures, and where I live, we rarely get rain. But the last few storms that happened, I was able to capture some really beautiful rainbows. So I really love seeing rainbows in real life. I got to see some full rainbows, and the picture reminded me of what a wonderful feeling I had when I turned around and it's been raining and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so cold and rainy and I don't want to be out. But you turn around and you see sun, and then you look to the gray skies full of gray clouds and you just see this gorgeous rainbow, and it's so magical and I really enjoy it. So that's my moment of positivity, just to remember a really nice moment in life, to see something magical of a rainbow.
That sounds beautiful.
Thank you. This has been lovely, Banz. Thank you so much for joining us again to talk about some important things.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
So glad we were able to find time for it. So, Banz, why don't you tell everyone where people can find you all over the webs?
People can find me ASAP playing a board game with Panda, because we got to play some board games, Panda.
We do.
But other than that, I live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Banzainator. And I'm on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. TikTok. I have a great Discord community where we post board game pictures, but my main channel is Twitch and I like hanging out there. I love the community there. I watch Panda streams as well. So just hanging out. My next convention is probably going to be Dice Tower West, and I'm going to Gen Con for sure, and hopefully some other cons, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think you have a link tree that I can put into the chat. You stream almost every day, Monday through Friday at 5:30 Pacific. Is that correct?
I stream every single Monday to Friday.
You can catch her there. There's a lot of fun things that happens. You have like the first in chat dice roll. You have a lot of fun things like sticker parties and other redemptions. So it's always a great time. So please go and check that out. And she does Board Game Anonymous on Mondays, where you get your games ready to be played off your shelf of opportunity, and then you can post about it, and she'll put a link to it about, on Discord and on Instagram and all the socials. You're such a social queen. Like you're doing social so amazingly. I'm learning a lot from you.
Oh, thanks. I am trying.
And don't forget, there is merch that you can pick up as well. And Banz, do you want to promote anything else?
No. Thank you so much for having me. Panda, you're amazing. Can't wait to play board games with you. And yeah, just excited to meet people and play more games.
Yes. Thank you, Banz. And everybody, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a good one.
You've been listening to the Board Game Geek podcast, produced and edited by Amanda Wong. Be sure to visit us on the web at BoardGameGeek.com. You can also find us on YouTube, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under Board Game Geek. At Twitch, we are under Board Game Geek TV. And you can reach us by email via podcast@BoardGameGeek.com. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.